You know that thing that you've always wanted to do? Maybe you've started, maybe you're stalling at the starting line. Either way, sooner or later, the same dreaded question shows up. What if this doesn't work out? I thought this question was unique to this season of my life. But in hindsight, I have realized every meaningful thing I've ever done came with that same doubt. Lately, I've been asking myself this question a lot. I'm trying to build a life that is completely different from the one that I have known. Every project that is riddled with mistakes, every video that nobody watches, makes me wonder if I'm wasting my time. As I'm building and learning, this question keeps popping up in my mind. What if I do the work and I'm not good enough? And now that I'm thinking about it, this hasn't been the only time in my life that this thought has been at the forefront of my mind. The details were different, but the question was always the same. It was there when I was driving home after 5 a.m. workouts when I was playing football. When I was halfway through professional school, wondering if I would ever be good enough at the job. When I became manager for the first time, wondering if I was cut out for it. And it was there when I had my first kid, when I was wondering if I would be a good father. None of those seasons in my life came with certainty about how they would end. Maybe I wasn't afraid that they wouldn't work out. Maybe I was afraid of what they would prove about me. That I'm not smart enough, capable enough, disciplined enough, creative enough, loving enough. And that very question might be the problem. Because looking back at my life, there was no way to know if something was going to work out ahead of time. All I knew was that these things were worth going after. We should not expect certainty from the future because there is no certainty. So the original question we ask ourselves is not what we should be asking. Instead, we could ask ourselves, is there value in pursuing the thing even though there is no certainty it will work out? This question is changing how I'm looking at my life. Now, every project is teaching me something. These YouTube videos teach me to become a better writer, communicator, and editor. Coding projects teach me how to solve problems. And drawings teaching me to visually communicate my thoughts. But to be honest with you, I'm not sure simply changing the question solves anything. But I do know that if you try to look at your life through this lens, you can find value in doing the hard things. Not because there's a guarantee that it will end in a new career or creative fulfillment, but because they can change who you are becoming. And if you don't reframe the question, well, you'll be exactly in the same spot, doing the same things, day in and day out, never getting close to who you were made to be. And playing these Souls-like games taught me this lesson long before I realized it. When you walk into a boss, you don't know if you're ready. You don't know how many times you're going to lose or if you're going to beat them. You don't know if you'll beat the boss today or in a week. But you walk into the fight over and over again. Because not moving forward means you'll never finish the game. Maybe this YouTube channel won't ever grow. Maybe all the hours I spent learning to code and building software won't result in a job. I'm realizing that the biggest risk isn't failure. The bigger risk is staying where I'm at, wondering if I would ever be able to change. So if I find myself asking that dreaded question, what if it doesn't work out? Instead, I'm going to try and ask, is there value in pursuing this, even if it doesn't. Because looking back, every meaningful season came with uncertainty, but there was always value in pursuing every season. And the best part about that, I will know everything I'm doing right now is worth pursuing simply due to how it is changing me. Maybe God has a purpose for these skills I just can't see yet. All I know is that I'm going to pick up my lantern and continue walking down the path, even though I cannot see who I will become at the end.